Hello, and welcome to Life with Kate, a YouTube channel that will be following the journey of a single 40-year-old woman in Northern California who is currently low income. My channel will be covering my financial journey, my mental and physical journey, my professional journey, as well as my spiritual journey. So initially, to begin my channel, I have started with budgeting and cash stuffing. So my very first video, which went up on January 6th, was my very first budget with me that I posted in January of 2023. I have been budgeting since about the end of 2021. However, I'm very much start and stop with my budgeting. I've realized that I need something that helps hold me accountable, because otherwise I just what am I doing this for? And I don't do it and I get in trouble. So if I do post a debt confession video, which I'm thinking about, you'll see how I've kind of gotten in trouble. So I did the budget with me, so now I'm going to go ahead and cash stuff the money that I budgeted. So this week I am cash stuffing $197 into my wallet and my binders, where I have some sinking funds that I keep at home. I did realize, though, I was cash stuffing everything because I wanted to pull all of my money of my paychecks out of my account, because I didn't want to think that I had the money. It was a mind game I was playing with myself, but then I found it kind of stressful putting the money back into the bank. I would always worry, did I count the amount right? And then I got nervous about keeping that amount of money in the house. So I decided to open a separate bills account. So I am funded 1 month ahead for my bills. So I've already funded January 2023. So I am now saving for my bills for February of 2023. So the money for my bills for February of 2023 has already been transferred into a separate bills account that I have opened. And this is the money that I'm going to be keeping, either because it's money I spend on a regular basis, or it's sinking funds I already had cash in that are going to be coming up soon, where I'll be using that money to pay for things. So I decided to just go ahead and keep them. So with that, let's go ahead and get into cash stuffing. So this is my wallet. So the very first envelope that you see, sorry about the glare, is baking. So that does seem like an unusual envelope. It's not one you typically see in cash stuffing videos. The reason I have a baking envelope is this year I am looking at creating a home-based bakery business. And so I want to have a baking envelope in my wallet for when I purchase ingredients, baking equipment, things like that. So I have already used the money that I had budgeted for this week. So this envelope is currently empty, and there will be nothing going into this envelope as I've already budgeted that money. Already spent that money. I'm so sorry. As you can tell, I'm new to this. I'm still a little nervous. I get a little bit in my head. I'm like, oh, did I cover that? Did I cover that? And then my words get a little bit mixed up. All right, so baking for the bakery business. All right, and then of course I do have beauty. This is health and beauty, and occasionally household, but I just like the name beauty. It just speaks to me more. I'm a bit of a dreamer. I will do practical, but practical is not my favorite. So I like to keep words around me that I feel represent more the dreamer in me. So that is why health, beauty, and household all go into my beauty envelope. So I did clear out all of my envelopes mostly at the end of 2022. So beauty is also currently empty. Then of course I do have eat out. I am kind of a homebody. I don't eat out that much. If I do, I'm having lunch or dinner with a friend, or I'm not gonna lie, I overslept. I didn't leave myself enough time to make my lunch, and so I'm gonna need to purchase lunch for that day. So I do, when I can, I put money in eat out for those things. But Eat Out is currently empty, and I'm very sad. My envelope ripped. They're such beautiful envelopes. I absolutely love them. I was very sad when this one ripped on the side, but it still works, so I keep it. Okay, then of course I have Fun. So this is if I want to buy books, if I'm going to go do something with a friend, then I have my Fun envelope. So I do still have money in this from the last week in December 2022, and I'm gone ahead and rolled it over into January 2023. So I do have $20 currently in my Fun envelope. Then of course we have groceries. So occasionally I hit the grocery store before I hit the bank, but I always pull the money out in cash, and then I take that cash and I put it back in the bank to pay myself back for when I pay the credit card for groceries. So sometimes I pay for groceries in cash, sometimes I pay in credit card, but I always pull the money out to cover the money for groceries for the week. Okay, groceries is currently empty. I did go to the grocery store this morning. All right, so this envelope, which does not match everybody else, is one when I initially purchased my envelopes. I was like, oh, I don't need a gas envelope. I always put gas on my credit card. I don't need to do that. But then I changed my mind and I decided that I wanted to do like with my groceries. I wanted to pull the money out so that I don't see it in my account and think that I have that money to spend. So I do pull the money out in cash. I put it in my gas envelope, which when I have some extra shopping money, I will go ahead and purchase one to match it up with the rest. But this works for me for now. And then at the end of the month, I put all of that money back in the bank, and then I pay my credit card that I use for my gas. All right. And then this is my bank envelope. So this is where, like, if I put my groceries on my credit card, I immediately pull the cash out of my grocery envelope and I put it in my bank envelope. Same with my gas. As soon as I put gas in my car, I take that amount of cash out and put it back in my bank so that I don't think that that's money I have available to spend. Okay, so I do already have some money from back to bank for purchases I've already made in the beginning of January. All right, so let's go ahead and cash stuff this. All right, so in my beauty envelope, I am giving myself $20 this week because there is some things that I need. So we're gonna go ahead and put 20. Eat Out, it just really wasn't in the budget this week. If you do watch with my budget with me, you'll see that the money I couldn't stretch it this week for Eat Out. So I'm just gonna have to be really good about making sure that I wake up in time to make my lunch every day. And fortunately or unfortunately, it is very rainy in Northern California right now, which you may or may not know. And so I've mostly been sticking to home because we have had flooding in my area, and so you just never know with all of the rain what roads might be flooded. So I'm not going out very much unless I absolutely have to. And while I know DoorDash and Uber Eats is a source of income for people, I just don't entirely feel right about having people out on the road to bring me food, especially since I am in an area that is more likely to flood. Fortunately, we have not flooded in my area yet, but as we are more likely to have some road flooding, I don't want to put people in danger by bringing them out this way. Plus, let's be honest, as convenient and as great as it is and as wonderful as DoorDash and Uber are, it like doubles the cost once you put in all the fees, the taxes, and the tip, because I don't feel right not tipping the drivers because they are going out of their way to go pick up the food. It can be a hassle. I have done Uber Eats in the past. I am looking at DoorDash this year as a source of income. And I know what a headache it can be, so I don't feel right not tipping, so I always tip, and it always doubles the cost of what I could pay if I went into the restaurant in person. Okay. So for Fun, I'm not budgeting anything for Fun this week for the same reason, because I'm sticking fairly close to home because of all the rain. We do have more storms coming through, and while California has been in a historic drought, and we are very grateful for this rain, it has been a while since we've gotten so much rain, and our roadways are letting us know, wow, we aren't used to this anymore. So, all right, but I did have the 20 left over. I can't remember if I mentioned that I had budgeted 20 and I had this still left over. So I'm keeping this. So, you know, that's if I get desperate and I'm like, oh, I really want to buy a book because I am a bookworm. I love to read. It's one of my greatest joys. Then I have the money to do that. Though I am attempting to not purchase any books this year and to use my public library instead. The Libby app is a wonderful resource. You can even get ebooks from the library now. I do need to go into the library to update my card because it's been so many years since I used my card. I believe it's expired because I tried to rent a book this morning, an ebook, and it wouldn't let me. It didn't recognize my card. I was very sad because I recently watched Where the Crawdads Sing. I believe it was on Netflix. And oh, it was such a good movie. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's some plot holes in it, but it was such a good movie that I was like, okay, I need to read this book. I need to see if the book filled in where the movie left plot holes. All right. And then I have already spent the grocery money this morning, but what I did was I actually spent my last week's grocery money because I managed to not spend any grocery money last week. So for this week, I spent last week's grocery money, but I am going to go ahead and fund for this week just in case like anything comes up, because let's be honest, cost of living, grocery money doesn't go as far as it used to. I believe I should be good, but I'd feel a little more comfortable giving myself that cushion. And then at the end of the week, if I didn't spend it, I think I'm going to put it into my business envelope that you'll see later, where I'm starting to save up money because, of course, ingredients cost money. I do need to buy some new baking equipment, things like that. So groceries is $60, so it's going to get a 50 and a 10 for 60. I do try and use the bigger bills with grocery just because then it's, you know, you can just pull it out real quick. Even if you only spend like $20, you just throw the 50 in and then you get change. And I like change. Change is fun. Makes me feel like I managed to stay under budget. All right. Okay. And then I also budget $60 a week for gas. I don't use $60 a week for gas, but I keep budgeting $60 a week in case gas prices go back up, or there are some weeks where I do more driving than normal, and especially since I'm looking at starting DoorDash, so I may need to increase my gas budget, but right now I'm doing 60. So for gas, it's 2 20s, a 10, a 5, and 5 1s. I really need one of those cash trays. Those are awesome. Okay, so 20, 40, 50, 55, 56, 57, 58. Wait. 20, 40, 50, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59. Oh, missed a 60. Okay, so 60. So I have 60 in gas. I did already fill up this week, but again, I managed to not spend any gas money last week, so I used last week's gas money when I filled up my tank this morning. So this is if I DoorDash or if I drive more than I expect, I've got that money already ready to go. Okay, nothing's going in bank because I've already put in all the money that I need to send back to the bank at the end of the month to cover my credit card purchases. Okay, so now we're gonna go into, oh my goodness, that went down. It's going to be a process while I figure all of this out. All right. So this is what I call my adulting binder. So this is more like bills and practical things. I love the glitter. I'm a glitter girl. So all of my binders do have glitter, but this is black because I'm not going to lie, adulting depresses me a little bit. So that's why I have black glitter envelope for my adulting. All right, let's go ahead and move that. All right. So I have been saving up for my car insurance already. This is not updated to what it should be. It's, again, part of why I'm starting this YouTube channel for accountability. I am someone, if I do not have something that holds me accountable, I will not keep my word to myself. I need to know that others are expecting me to keep my word for me to actually keep my word. So, I have my car insurance premium is due in March for the next 6 months. So I have been saving up. So this week I'm going to put in 10. So let's see, that's 100, 200, 250, 300, 350, 400, 420, 440, 460, 480, 500, 520, 540, 560, 580, 600, 610, 620, 630, 640, 645, 650, 655, 656, 657, 658. So I have a little bit under $100 left to save before March, and I will have the money for my next 6-month premium. Right? So this is a new envelope that I'm going to be putting money into. I did not budget anything for it this week because I just didn't have the money. It's for medical. I am a temp worker on contract with a company. My temp agency, I did have my health insurance with them, but I missed the re-enrollment period because I wasn't checking my email. I didn't see it. So I've been disenrolled. I was putting money into a health savings account every month from my paycheck, but since I don't have that anymore, I'm going to start putting the money in here so that I have the money if anything medical comes up. My health insurance, I wasn't that sad to lose it anyway because it was considered out-of-state insurance because my temp agency is headquartered out of state. And so all I could basically do was go to urgent care. So I am looking at getting enrolled in Medi-Cal so that I would still have my medical covered, but we'll see how that goes. Okay. And then you'll see taxes. So this is not like side hustle taxes or anything like that. That is something I'll be saving for separately once I start side hustles. This is because I am a temp agency worker. I have multiple jobs throughout the year. I have multiple W-2s, so I'm not able to file the free simple taxes. I always have to pay to file. So I save up so that I have the money to pay when I file. And again, this tracker is not updated. So maybe I'll do that off camera, and so for the next cash stuffing, it will be all up to date. Okay, so taxes this week is getting $10. So taxes, my goal for taxes is $200. Hopefully by the beginning of February. I probably won't file until the end of February, beginning of March, but I just want to have the money ready to go by the beginning of February. So 100, 120, 140, 150, 160, 170, 125, 180, 185. So as you can see, I've only got about $15 left to save, which I'm very happy about. Unfortunately, the money I've been saving for this, I will need to start putting towards yearly subscriptions that I have because I have not been able to fund everything with every paycheck at this point. Hence why I'm looking at bringing in extra income this year through side hustles. And I've decided if I'm going to do the temp world anyway, I might as well, or not the temp world, the non-traditional working world, I might as well do one that I enjoy much more than the temp world. So that's why I'm looking at creating the bakery. I am a writer at heart, so I'm looking at getting serious about my writing. I'm hoping to self-publish something by the end of 2023. All right, so none of these are getting money today, but they are on here because they will be needing to be funded starting soon. So I do have an Amazon membership. I've thought about canceling it. I have a family member that has offered to let me join their Amazon account, which I should probably do, but I also have this, I don't want them to see what I'm purchasing. It's a whole thing with me. I don't I love this family member very much. They are very much a master of comments about choices that I make, and so I would rather them not see the purchases I make on Amazon. Okay, so this is for my security for my internet. I do have Norton currently, but I'm looking at switching to Aura. I do watch the YouTuber Carter Sullivan, and Aura is what she uses, and I actually did a free trial with it, and I believe it was a little bit cheaper than Norton, and I felt like it was a little better product with better choices and offerings, so I'm thinking about switching to Aura. But this is basically internet security. Okay. Well, I guess here, let's go ahead and show how much I've got saved already. So for Amazon, with taxes, I think it's like 150, 160. I'll have to go back and look so I make sure I don't save too much. But I currently have 20, 40, 60, 65, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80 saved. So I believe I need about another $80 to $100 saved by May. So I'm going to have to start kicking that into high gear soon. Okay, and then my internet security does renew in May as well. So I'll either be renewing or switching, but I'm planning to save up about $180 for that. So I have 20, 40, 60, 65, 70, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80. So I have about 100 to go on that. February, March. So I have about 3 months that I can, so I think I'll be able to do it, especially if I can start getting some extra income coming in. Okay. So I do have Mint Mobile for my phone service. I love it. It's not just because Ryan Reynolds owns it, though I do love Ryan Reynolds. I feel like it's affordable, good service. They let you pay a year in advance, which is what I do. I am currently budgeting $266 for this. It will be due at the end of June. But if I do door dashing, then I will need to upgrade my plan to unlimited. So I probably will need to save about $360. So this one I'm really going to have to up my funding on. I currently have 20, 40, 50, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80. So yeah, so this one is like way underfunded. So I'm going to need to start pushing that one. And then my last one, VSP, this is my vision insurance. As much as I would love to not pay for vision insurance, I am extremely nearsighted. I am considered an outlier since the age of 8. My vision has never stopped changing, so I basically need new glasses every year still, which kind of sucks, not gonna lie, because since I am extremely nearsighted, I do pay for extras like getting my lenses thinned. I also have unusually large pupils, so I have light sensitivity, so I need to have tinting put on my glasses as well so that the sun doesn't bother my eyes as much. So I need about 231 by August. So this one I have a little bit longer, but I currently have 20, 40, 45, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55. So as I'm doing this, I'm like, wow, I'm way underfunded, and it's now the year where these are going to renew. I might do a video where I list all of my yearly subscriptions, what the amount I need to save is, the amount I currently have saved, how much I still need to save, and the amount of time I have to do it in. Because now I'm starting to panic a little bit. I'm like, whoo, wait a minute. All right, so that is my adulting binder. All right, so this next one is more things I enjoy saving for. It's either things for myself or for others. I don't have a lot that I'm saving for right now in this one because, as you can see, I'm low income and a lot of my money goes to adulting. So I do self-care. This one is actually extremely important for me to have. I do deal with some mental health conditions. And there are things that I purchase to help me with those. So there's a supplement that I use that is through an alternative medical practitioner and not a regular practitioner, and so I do pay for that out of pocket. So I make sure that I save up the money so I can buy new supplements whenever I run out, because when I first started taking it, so it is called Probiodefense. So it's a probiotic, but it actually helps with depression. So that is one of the mental health conditions that I deal with, is depression. So when I first started taking it, I felt a lot better in like a week. I'm like, okay, maybe this is just a placebo thing. Maybe I'm just thinking that I feel better. But then like a couple months in, I had run low, I missed a few days, and I kind of spun out a little bit. So I'm like, okay, no, this makes a difference for me. So I make sure that I have that funded. Another self-care thing that's very important to me that I make sure I have the money for is my hairdresser. So I do have wavy curly hair. A lot of days I have what I call Albert Einstein hair. I am on a journey to learn how to manage my hair better. But I loved the fact that I found this hairdresser. I actually found her through a family member who found them through a friend. I found her about 5 years ago. She knows how to deal with curly wavy hair. It's a real struggle. If you have curly wavy hair, you know it is a real struggle to find a hairdresser that knows how to work with wavy curly hair. So it is very important to me, now that I found her, to keep her. So I fund to make sure that I have the money for that. Okay, so self-care, I always put $25 a week into. So that gets a 20, and this week it's actually getting 5 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So I do try and keep at least $150 every month in my self-care envelope, because the probiotic that I purchased that helps with my depression, and then I always make sure that I have the money for my hairdresser. So anything that I have left over in self-care at the end of the month, if I've saved more than $150, then I reallocate the difference to something else that's a priority. But I am going to need to up it to $200, because every third haircut, my hairdresser does a holistic hair washing, and I absolutely love it. So that is more pricey than my regular haircut. So for that haircut, it won't be this one, my next haircut is actually coming up in about a month. So it'll be like 3 more months before that one, but that one I will need about $200 saved for my supplement and for my hairdresser. So I might just in January start keeping $200 in here if I hit $200. But I currently have 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, 20, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So this is under $130 because I did just purchase my probiotic at the beginning of the month, so I paid for that already. Okay. And then I am going to be putting money towards gifts, because I have several occasions coming up in the month of February. Both of my brothers, their birthday is in February. One of my friends, their birthday is in February. And of course we have Valentine's Day. So I'm probably not going to be able to spend as much as I would like, because as you can see, my gifts envelope is currently empty. But I figure a little bit's better than nothing. So gifts this week is getting $5. And I just realized I totally forgot to put in one of my envelopes. I redid my envelopes at the beginning of the year when I sat back and looked at, okay, what do I need to put my money towards? What do I want to put my money towards? Because there's so many things I want to put my money towards. And I was trying to do that for the last couple of years. But it was stressing me out. I felt like the money was stretching too thin. So I was like, okay, I need to scale it back. I need to make priorities with the money that I have, and I need to scale it back. So that's what I've done. Oh, no, okay, it is in here. Cool. All right. So So you might have noticed I'm a little bit rambly. I'm not entirely sure that I might not have ADHD or something. I've never been tested, but I do have some markers that I know people with ADHD have. And one of the things is I tend to jump thought tracks. And as my family loves to tell me, I jump the tracks and I forget to take people with me. So if I ever do that in these videos, I apologize. Feel free to let me know in the comments and I will see if I can try and become more focused. All right, so of course, Christmas. It is January, but I want to start saving for Christmas now. I had set a goal of $300 for last year. And that money didn't go as far as I wanted it to go because I'm someone, I do buy individual Christmas cards for people in my lives rather than the boxed, just because I like to send kind of personalized Christmas messages to people. And then I have a niece and a nephew, and I do send them money for Christmas. So my goal for 2023, I'm hoping to hit 500. So, but this week, because I didn't have a lot, Christmas is only going to get $2. So that's my last $2. Oh, my goodness. Sometimes these are a struggle, and apparently my envelopes aren't in entirely. Okay, let's fix that. So I've decided for Christmas, at least for now, I'm just going to put in whatever I can put in. If it's only $1, it's only $1. If it's nothing, it's nothing. And then I'll try and ramp it up when Christmas gets closer. All right. So I do have a camping envelope. I absolutely love camping. I was trying to go on some camping trips last year. I did manage to go on one. I'm hoping to do some more this year. But right now, it's not a priority for me. So I am keeping the envelope in here because it's a low priority for me, but I did not put any money towards camping this week. Okay. And then my very last my very last binder. Oh my goodness. You wouldn't guess that I have a degree in English, would you? From the way I twist my words all the time. All right, so this is going to be my side hustle binder. So this is where I'm putting money for my business. So since I do have different business ideas I'm going to attempt to start this year, I don't know if I'll eventually separate the envelopes, but for right now I'm just calling it my business. So I do already have $7. That's what I had left from December. Or is it 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I'm adding another 5 this week because I'm going to try and do, while I would love to do the taste testings, like once a week or once every 2 weeks, at this point, depending on my money and my budget, because my hours do go up and down at my current job. I am an hourly employee, but the work volume is low. So when it's low, hours go down. So I might have to be once a month, but I just want to keep putting money towards it so that next time I need to buy ingredients. And I also want to test different packaging ideas, so I need to put money towards that. Then if there's anything I need to buy, if I do DoorDash, and then like stuff for writing, things like that, stuff for YouTube, because I am hoping to start saving up money because I love the YouTubers that do like the giveaways, things like that. And then of course there'll be subscriptions I need, like iCloud storage, some better editing programs, because my videos right now are going to be unedited just because I don't have the funds to have a higher professional level. I'm hoping to kind of get there. It's going to be a journey. If you can manage my rambling and my trying to figure out the best lighting, the best placement, stumbling over my words, knocking things over, then I would love to have you join the channel. But I totally get it if you're like, nah, this girl's a little too crazy for me. All right, so I now have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, $12 saved up for my business. So I shouldn't need anything else for my taste testing for January. I purchased the ingredients this morning when I went to the grocery store. I've already got the recipes that I'm planning. I bought the packaging that I want to test out. It's an eco-friendly company. It's supposed to be eco-friendly packaging. So I have requested of my taste testers that they not only give me feedback on the recipes and the presentation of the actual product, but the packaging as well. All right. And then I do, of course, have business taxes in here because you want to make sure that you're paying your side hustle taxes. That's not a tax bill you want to hit you out of the blue. So since I haven't earned anything yet, there's nothing in there. Please also let me know in the comments if I'm not really enunciating. I'm working on it. I've been told I struggle with enunciating. So feel free to be like, you know, I would love to watch your video, but I can't understand a word you're saying. All right. Well, thank you for joining me for my very long first ever cash stuffing video. In future, I'll try and cut them down shorter. I know this is a lot of time to take out of someone's day, but thank you if you did watch till the end, and may all of your dreams, hopes, and intentions for 2023 come true. Thank you for watching my channel.